Back to Jeffco Stadium we come out of halftime. Happened to just tweet it out there that it's 79 degrees. Last week we were playing, it felt like it was in the mid-30s with the wind that was blowing. Well, Bear Creek's going to get the ball back here. And the kick, they're not going to kick it off very deep. They certainly don't want to get that to Olabisi Johnson. Upman will take it up to about the 34-yard line, though. That's where we'll be coming out of the half. Chatfield with a 28-20 lead here. This could be put on the defense. This one could get a lot closer. Remember, both of these teams last week played double overtime games. Certainly didn't turn out the same way for both teams. Chatfield getting their second win of the season. Bear Creek suffering their first loss of the season. They get beat by Columbine, and Jake Lowry taking it around that left side. End around here, and a lot of room down that far side. Spinning up toward the 50-yard line. That's the first time that we've seen Michael Dalton carry the football here tonight, I believe, for Bear Creek. A huge run. A 16-yard run, end around that was slow to develop, but boy, he had a host of blockers out in front of him. First down and 10, here they go from the 50. Madrid now, keeper all the way, and he's knocked down right near the 49-yard line. Great penetration through there, and boy, wouldn't you? Yes, Dalton Keene, 8 tackles in that first half. Give him 9 now. So he makes the tackle there, just kind of busting through the blockers up front. So a gain of 1. Second and 9. And the keeper, look out, trouble all the way around that left side, and away he goes. Got the safeties to beat, not going to happen. Tackled at the 11-yard line. How about that little wildcat action that is. Madrid running things for a little while. This is Jason Bridget, the quarterback, in there running the wildcat, and the senior. That was a direct snap, just went ahead and took it himself, and he will line up here in the pistol set. This time to Randolph. Slips a tackle in the backfield, inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line. Gators down there. Keene somewhere around there as well, but a host of Chargers, but they're going to stay with Bridget. 39-yard run. Now down to the 9, a 1-yard run here. Or 2-yard run, I should say. 2nd and 8 coming up. They can get a first down inside the 2-yard line. Bridget back to pass, and now looking to escape a little bit. Now fires toward the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Michael Dalton, the end around that set things up earlier in this drive. He will make the catch, a 9-yard touchdown catch. And how about the throw by Bridget? Double-barreled quarterbacks. They go with Madrid in the first half. Bridget comes out here and leads right down the field for the touchdown. 2 points away from tying things up here. And boy, with the momentum that you've got working, you bet they're going to go for 2. Here they go. No, maybe not. The procedure, what will be a try from the 3, it will now be a try from the 8. And now do you think about rolling the, well, it doesn't matter. You're down by 2 here. If you're going to go for 2, you got a little bit more room. Yeah, maybe they will go ahead and do it. Go ahead and go with the extra point. That's what's going to happen. Trayvon Arnold, this essentially is a 25-yard extra point. Snap's good. Bridget to hold, the kick up. And he splits the uprights. It brings Bear Creek to within 1. So they bring the senior quarterback in here. And he does just fine. A huge run down to about the 11-yard line. Ran for a couple more yards. And then on 2nd and 8 inside the red zone from the 9-yard line, he's able to find Michael Dalton on the touchdown. Two guys' names that we haven't called out all night, and it's like they just bring them in off the bench, and the firepower is still there for Bear Creek. Well, for the Chargers defense now, is they're going to sit over there on the bench. They've got a new wrinkle to deal with. Bridget not quite as fast as Madrid, but shows that he can throw that football, and that's something that Madrid had not been able to do very consistently. Kick away here, and they're going to try to kick it away from everybody. Bounding ball, and it may have gone out of bounds. Pretty close there. You see the flags fly. I think it went out of bounds over at the 15. Odell kind of was hoping it was going to bound out, and then he ran over there as it was so close to that sideline there. Wasn't sure if it was going to go out. The Whitecaps got a long way to run there too. So Chatfield will start at their own 35-yard line. Kyle Winkler has not been out there on offense in a while. Play action, looks, throws over to the far side. It is caught, short gain over there on the far side. That's Brom over there with the catch. Right back to work. Hand it off to Odell now as he ducks inside. Now will bounce it here to the outside, the stiff arm, and he's run out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Sean Odell with the run that time. Cavallo will run him out. Got about 7 yards out of it here now from the 44-yard line. Well, Winkler saw a lot of green shirts stepping up on him. Could be a blitz. They're going to run right at it. Odell takes it to across the 47, maybe the 48-yard line here. They're walking backwards though. My apologies. That's Aycock there on the run. Aycock 52 yards in that first half. He actually did a bulk of the runs there from the I-back position. Odell's been out in the slot a lot more. Well, back to the 39-yard line now. Third quarter action and just a 1-point lead. Winkler still got the football now, and he's going to turn it up, take it himself, lowers the head, and takes it to near the 48-yard line. Well, that was a pretty quick decision there by Kyle Winkler that time. Got about 9 out of it, enough for a first down. Here we go, first down and 10 now from the 48-yard line. Winkler, 5-step drop, quick throw to that right side, caught there and dragged out of bounds near the 50-yard line. One of the big receivers, tough to see who it was. I believe it was Keene out on the far side, though, that made that catch. Got to the 49, got 3 out of it. Now Winkler rolls here to the near side. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Odell says no. Or says yes, but the referee said no to him. He was down there at the 42-yard line trying to get the hands underneath it. Quickly back to the line they come. So a 3rd down and 7 coming up here. Winkler looking, going up top. Got a man deep back there. He was out of bounds when he made the catch. Just a little wide. Olabisi Johnson on the coverage. He tried to send Sean Odell deep down this near side. Just missed it. All you got to get is 1 foot in. He couldn't get that. So a 4th and 7. They'll line up to make the pooch punt here. Again, pin him inside the 20-yard line would be good, and now they'll back up into a full punt mode here. They'll run gunners, and a gunner across. Snap's a good one, and they'll get this one away. Trying to keep it away from Johnson. He'll leave it alone, and it'll roll down to the 8-yard line. A very good punt. 41 yards, got the roll out of it. Well, just the second time that Chatfield has had to punt, but now you're playing a little bit of field position, but now the Chatfield defense has to come back out here. 8:49 to go here in the third quarter. And here comes Bear Creek now. End around and tackled from behind, trying to get it into Olabisi Johnson's hands from time to time. Dalton there, that was Randolph, and Madrid is the quarterback again. Got about 3 out of it. Hoping a timeout coming here. Bear Creek will take that timeout. Not quite midway through the third quarter. They didn't like the way things were lining up here. 2nd and 7. May not have lined up very well with the defense. So, again, there's two schools of thought here. You can hold those timeouts down toward the end in case you need them, but we see it, and we see it particularly in high school here, but at all levels, coaches are a little more willing to call the timeouts early if need be. You want to get yourself in trouble. You got a 2nd and 7. You can get 4 or 5 yards out of it. It turns into a nicer situation. And if you're not lined up the way that you need to be against a certain kind of defense that comes up, and you know it could really get blown up, particularly where they sit at their own 11-yard line, that's a good timeout. You'll deal with the time factor when you get to it at the end of the game if you need it. If it saves you a play and you can keep the drive alive here. Madrid's going to keep it himself here, duck forward, and get to about the 16-yard line here. Short of the first down, but again, you don't have plays in your book that are going to get you 7, 8, 9 yards all the time. You get 4 or 5, you're in good shape. I think there's a flag down here. This is going to push him back. The Whitecap with a long discussion with the team captain for Chatfield. Yep, holding against Bear Creek. Spot foul, and where that ball is inside the 10-yard line, half the distance. Puts them back to about the 7-yard line. So 2nd down, but 2nd and 11 now. Madrid, same play, right up the middle he goes. Breaking tackles, now off to the races. Upended at about the 46-yard line. Wow. That is really really fast. He hit that hole, and just the safeties were left to have to try to deal with him. Mitchell Johnson, the senior safety, ends up making the tackle. "39 yards for Madrid. He's well over 100 now. A touchdown run of 55s. That's pretty easy math. Randolph here to the near side up to about the 49-yard line. Dudley scooped up on the tackle. Jack Dudley, Matt Gator there as well. Gain of about 3. Gain 3 or 4 on first down. You could do a lot of things. Bear Creek tends to try to keep it in the hands of Madrid. In trouble. He's going to escape one tackle now. Going to pick his way through. Oh, he's got a lot of real estate here on the near side. Stiff arm, and he's finally dragged out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. Isaac Sheely will come over and make the tackle. Oof, making like Houdini. 17 yards on the run by Madrid. Well, somebody lit a fire underneath him. Got the senior quarterback in Bridget that came out there in place of him on the last drive, drove him down for a touchdown. Now Madrid's out there running the football like a man possessed. This time Randolph gets it off this right side, big chunks of yardage. Up to about the 26. Eight yards on the run that time. The Charger defense back on their heels again here a little bit. Well, you got to keep an eye on number 3. Olabisi Johnson has been trouble for them in the past, and Randolph has been running well. And this time they get the eye back almost as soon as he gets the football. Garrett Howland with the carry that time. Randolph had taken a breather, and Howland got the handoff. Now we've called Howland's name now. Bridget, the new quarterback that was in on that first series, and everything's going to stop here with the whistle. And then Michael Dalton. They didn't touch the ball in the first half. You have fresh legs out there for Bear Creek. Another penalty on the Bears will back them up. Had a hold back deep in their own territory. They were able to dig out of that. Now put them back to the 30 here. 3rd and almost 7 here. They've got to get to the 24-yard line for a first down. Almost certainly 4-down territory. Kicker's got a decent leg, but this would be a huge kick on natural grass. And sacked. Madrid goes down. Matt Gator, and boy, Keene was coming right in there as well, but Matt Gator in there on the blitz makes the sack. Oh, and listen to the crowd. They don't like the decision. 4th down, and you've got 16 essentially. They want them to go for it. You don't have a play like that in your book, although the way Madrid's been running. I think they're looking for that one, Coach. It's an odd flag. I thought maybe delay, but it's actually the line judge that threw it. No real penalty. It's a warning. Came from that far side, so Chatfield, the get back guys, got to get them back. So no penalty here, 4th and 16, and Bear Creek is going to punt. 4.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Snap's good. Whoa, the rush was on. And the fair catch taken at the 10-yard line. So that's where Chatfield will get the ball back. Can the Chargers crank that offense back up? We'll see. No one knows the South Jeffco house market quite like Steve Westfall. 20-plus years of local experience. Steve can help you with your buying or selling needs. Call him at 303-716-3633. Steve Westfall, the RE/MAX Professionals. Well, I said the Charger defense looked like it was on its heels a little bit. They were able to force the punt. Bear Creek kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple times. Back they go. Aycock finding a little bit of room as he pieces his way forward up to near the 25-yard line, and the chains will move. And they go right back to work here and go to work quickly. Winkler still got it. Fires it to the near side. Caught at the 41-yard line. That's Braden Gilbert with the catch here on the near side. Starting to get back here a little bit to the 16-yard pickup, by the way, getting back to that quick strike offense, but getting back to hitting those quick out patterns. Keene in the backfield. He's got nowhere to go. A lot of green shirts. Lost 2 on the play. Boy, there was no hole at all. Now 2nd and 12. Winkler, quick 3-step drop, caught out there. And spinning, Gilbert again here on the near side up to about the 47-yard line. Third and 4 coming up here. Winkler again, and over the top of everybody. Olabisi Johnson on the coverage there. He was looking for Gilbert again on this side, but there was really no place to put it. Well, the Bears have stepped up defensively now. And they're going to get the ball back, it appears. 4th and 4 coming up. Olabisi Johnson is standing deep. Run the Gunners out. It appears that Chatfield is going to boot this one away. Low snap. A line drive punt, bounding punt. Johnson, he's going to try to scoop it up at about the 16-yard line. Out of bounds he goes. Well, picked up some positive yardage as he takes it to about the 25-yard line, and that's where Bear Creek will get the football back. Turning into a defensive struggle here. 2:43 to go here in this third quarter. By the way, you need new tires or brakes. No better place than Les Schwab of Littleton. Give them a call, 303-798-4071, or you can stop in. They're at 13331 West Bowles Avenue. The fall sale happening right now. Run here to the right side. Oh, still down that side. And for Bear Creek, chunks of yardage on the ground. Olabisi Johnson didn't even get it up to top speed. Takes it to the 41. 21 yards on the pickup, 1st down and 10, and now the clock will stop here. The flag comes out after the whistle is blown.
Before the snap, delay of game.
Now the delay, the back judge had thrown the hands up and the Whitecap went ahead and threw the flag. Well, that was a quick play clock. So 1st and 15 now. Chance for the Bears to try to looking for their first lead of the game. Chatfield has led by 2 scores a couple of times here. Madrid still got this one. Picks his way ahead to about the 45-yard line. Well, the key for Madrid, too, who's not very tall, he's able to kind of hide behind some of those blockers. He's very quick in open space, but again, when I say, and you can see it, is he's picking his way through. That's literally what he's doing. Randolph, the big back around that left side. Takes to about the 47-yard line. Josh Burnett there, Gator around there somewhere, usually. Tyler Dowdy right around there too. Gain of about 3 here. 3rd and 3 coming up. And Randolph, huge hole up the middle, high steps his way inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Lucas Gunkel had to come up from his safety spot to slow him down enough to get a little bit of help. Run of 10, 1st and 10, here they go. Back to Randolph. Dragging people with him ahead inside the 20, down to about the 16, 17-yard lines, about where they're going to mark it. Big runs now by the big I-back. I should say running back, actually. He's been on the hip of Madrid most of the game. 11 yards there. Madrid's got it this time, and he'll get wrapped up at about the 16-yard line. Dalton Keene over there on the tackle. Keene from his linebacker spot. Double-digit tackles tonight for him. Low snap, Madrid give it off to his running back now. Big chunks down to about the 8. Garrett Rowland with the carry this time. 8 yards, 3rd and 1, seconds left in the quarter. They're going to get it off in time, though. Back it goes. Rowland off the left side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Bear Creek. They've got their first lead of the night. Eight plays, 80 yards. Big run by Olabisi Johnson. Rowland with a couple of nice plays. Madrid, key first downs in this drive, and the Bears have their first lead. Now they're going to go for 2 here. Up under center. Madrid, give it off. Rowland, touchdown. The 2-point conversion, good. And it gets them back on track and gives them a 7-point lead now over Chatfield. Boy, we've seen this before. Chatfield offense comes out like gangbusters, builds a lead, and then the other team Horizon, Lakewood. And now in this case, it's Bear Creek. Kind of whittles their way back into the game. They start finding ways to adjust and stop that quick strike offense of Chatfield. Chargers able to turn that around and win it in double overtime last week after the tough loss to Horizon. They beat Lakewood last week, and now they're going to have to come from behind here again. .21 unanswered points. Down by 2 scores, Bear Creek right back into this one here. And all coming on pretty big plays. Chunks of yardage and big third down conversions. 8 plays, 80 yards that time. By the way, that touchdown came at the end of the quarter, so we go into the fourth quarter here. Whoop, bounding ball. This one headed out of bounds. Oh, smart play, too. Lucas Gunkel thought about taking that one, and then when that ball kind of took a hop up in the air but started to float toward his right, he knew it was headed out of bounds. So, great field position coming here for Chatfield from their own 35-yard line. Winkler give off to the I-back, a couple of yards. Aycock with the carry. Only a couple up to the 37-yard line. Winkler right back up under center. Twins either side. Play action. He'll roll to his left. Fires it out there. Caught. That's a first down. Up to about the 49-yard line. Gilbert usually runs on that side. Looks like it might have been Chase Robinson with the catch that time, though. Again, the white on white, essentially uniforms, kind of tough. 12 yards, I can tell you, definitely 12 yards on the carry. Procedure penalty, and that'll back up Chatfield. First and 15 now. Winkler hand it off, and Aycock up to about the 48-yard line. Eight yards there, 2nd and 8 coming up. Winkler again up under center. Pitch back to Odell, trying to find some room over there. He'll be run out of bounds, short of the first down. We'll put him at about the 43-yard line here. Odell just ran out of real estate. Kicked up the speed a little bit. Just inside the 44, actually. 3rd and 3. Winkler right back. Aycock up the middle he goes. And buried at about the 25-yard line. It's a good tackle, but it's a first down. And that's actually, yeah, that was Lucas Gunkel actually on the carry. They put him back there at the I-back spot. 19 yards on the carry. Bear Creek liked the tackle, but it was 19 yards down the field. Back to the I-back now, trying to sweep around the outside. He'll get pulled down from behind inside the 20-yard line. Odell on the carry that time around that left side. 6 yards on the pickup. Winkler, play action, here he comes. Hit the man out of the backfield up to about the 9-yard line. And Keene on the catch. The ball right at the 10-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and goal. They've laid the chains down here. Wind the clock, under 10.5 to go in the game. Chatfield trying to tie things up. Aycock right into the middle of the field and up to the 9. That's about it. Ninth play of the drive coming up here. They started at their own 35-yard line. Officials timeout first. Now they'll wind it. And now they'll stop the clock again. Might have had an equipment issue, potentially. They've stopped the clock again. From the 9-yard line, 2nd and goal. Stretch play, look out, trouble, down he goes. All about penetration. Olabisi Johnson and D'Angelo Montoya there. There was no place for Aycock to go. A loss of 8 now, 3rd and goal from the 17. Winkler, end around. That's Odell trying to pick his way through, nowhere to go. They ran it to Olabisi Johnson's side again, though, and that's trouble. He, along with Anthony Robbins over there. This will be a 33-yard attempt. Oh, they got a man late coming on. Becca Mares from 33. Yeah. Left side hash mark. The field goal is good. So it cuts the lead to 4 here. 35-31. Play drive to get him down there with an opportunity to put some points on the board. Now it falls on the defense again for Bear Creek. They've been running some fresh legs in there. Whether you're buying or selling a home, the Westfall team can help. 20-plus years experience selling homes in the South Jeffco area. Call 303-716-3633 for free market analysis or consultation. 8 minutes, 14 seconds left in this one. Early start tonight at 6 o'clock from Jeffco Stadium. Fireworks right away. 21 unanswered points by Bear Creek. Put them up 35-28. Becca Maris with a 33-yard field goal, though, has stopped the bleeding a little bit. Look out, Johnson's got it up to the 49-yard line in great field position coming up for Bear Creek. Boy, special teams have been huge in this one. Sean Odell, a 95-yard kickoff return for Chatfield. Johnson is the X factor really for Bear Creek. And he almost broke one there. Madrid's got it. Blockers out front. There he goes. 15, and finally his feet taken out from underneath him at about the 12-yard line. Boy, they make it look easy. Bear Creek has gotten better and better as the game has gone along, just chewing up the yardage here. And it's just come from the explosive play of Nick Madrid and Johnson. Rowland now getting the ball, spinning his way down near the goal line, down to the 1-yard line. An 11-yard run there. 39 yards for Madrid. 11 yards there, and they'll hand it off, rolling into the end zone, touchdown. From 1 yard out. 3 plays, 51 yards. And the all-important extra point is coming here. 10-point game right now. Trayvon Arnold, right-footed kicker, it's up, and it's good. 42-31. How about that? Roland's been big. 8-yard touchdown the last time. This one from 1 yard out. He also scored that 2-point conversion. (42-31). Chatfield will get the ball back. Suddenly you find yourself in must-score situations where you've got to take this drive down, and a field goal doesn't do you a lot of good. One more field goal would put you within 8, and you'd have to play for the tie. A touchdown would be ideal. Got a field goal the last time they had it. 7:43 to go here in the game. Well, do they kick it deep to them? Chase Robinson and Sean Odell back deep. They'll get a chance, taking it at the 15-yard line. That's Odell. Up the middle he goes. He'll get caught from behind. Got to the 45-yard line. I'll tell you what, neither one of these teams are afraid of the return man. They should be, but they're not. They say, we're going to let our guys cover it. They've gotten burned a few times. Bear Creek will start from their own 45-yard line. Here comes Kyle Winkler. 7:35 to go in the game. Aycock up the middle to the 46-yard line. Nine yards there. Second and short coming. Winkler stands up, looks to the sideline. Trips on the right side. Bootleg, naked bootleg at that. Caught, and that's going to be short of the first down. Brom off of that left side. Oh, that's going to be really close. There's a flag down right about where the tackle happened, though. Three officials over there. Bit of a conference. And now another official joining the conference. They've got the spot down, but we've got to figure out what the flag is all about. And here comes the white cap. And that's what the discussion was about. Targeting is the call against Bear Creek. I don't believe there was an ejection there. Could be potentially, certainly a big warning and a 15-yard penalty. Aycock dancing his way through, now trying to get to the outside. Grabbed almost a horse collar there, but the defender let him go up to the 25-yard line with the run there. So gain of 5. And don't blink, you'll miss it. Winkler's back up to the line. Back to the I-back. Big hole over that left side, down to about the 18-yard line. Yeah, right back to Aycock again. Got 6, chains are moving. Reset Braum to the left side, back to Aycock. Up the middle he goes. Still on his feet, slipped away from a tackle down that far side. Inside the 10-yard line. I don't know how he got out of that mess. That was a heck of a run. Ten yards there, first down and goal now from the 7-yard line. Back to Aycock. Why not? Into the line he goes, down to the 5. This time Olabisi Johnson came around the outside edge, got down around the feet, slowed him down enough, and the rest of the defense kind of collapsed on him. Second and goal coming from the 5. Play action. Winkler rolling. Throws, hit, touchdown. That's Keene. Boy, he got popped too. He is down in the end zone just as he made the catch. He got hit on the side and he spun into the end zone. But boy, after he took a couple of steps in the end zone, down he went. Might have got a shot in the ribs there. That is a huge touchdown, though. Brings him within 5 here. Now's the time you think about maybe going for 2. Get to within 4, it doesn't matter. But you got to make sure that Dalton Keene's okay. Boy, great job by Kyle Winkler. He, for a moment, you could kind of see it there on your screen. He was thinking about tucking that thing and taking off. You could see him kind of lower that head a little bit and think, I've got a chance if I run it from here. And then, but true to his nature, he's not the type of guy that's going to take off and run very often. He looked back up and he saw that Keene was coming open. On the other side of the football, Nick Madrid and even Bridget, those guys aren't necessarily going to look upfield and keep looking for somebody to open up. They're more apt to kind of tuck it. Winkler's one of those guys that's going to, he'll take a real look before he crosses that line of scrimmage and takes off. .5:44 left to go. 2-point conversion most likely coming here. Well, winter is on the way, and Les Schwab can help you prepare for what's to come, whether it's tires, brakes, batteries, or something else. They can help. Visit the Littleton location that's east of C470, right there at Bowles. It's Les Schwab of Littleton. And he's going to get helped off. Wishful thinking that he might have kind of got popped in the ribs there a little bit and lost a little air, but well, he's being helped off by the trainers here, so we hope that he's okay. Meantime, for Chatfield now, going for 2. A little conversation with Sean Odell there, who's going to be out in the slot. Now they're set. Winkler up under center. Rolling. Fires to the corner, leaping, caught, 2-point conversion. How about that? He reached up and snatched it out of the air. That is a tough catch, but there you go. Chatfield within 3. Every one of these Chatfield games that I have done have been barn burners. I mean, absolute barn burners. Great stuff, though. Now, Brett McGatlin and the rest of the coaching staff isn't going to have any hair left, but that's fine. Or it's all going to be gray by the end of the season. But pretty typical Chatfield season over the years. It's kind of the way that it runs. Man, they can put the points up, but the other team starts to kind of figure things out, slow the offense down. It's the defense. And we've seen the defense step up last week. They were huge. They need the defense to make a stop right here. For Bear Creek, loss in double overtime. That was their first loss of the season. This is a team that's really going to push in the league. They were undefeated coming into last week's game against Columbine. Looking to beat Columbine in God knows how long. Johnson will get the kick at the 10-yard line. Kicking to the specialist. Look out, he slips a tackle down. He'll take it up to about the 28-yard line. Could not get it done, so you wonder if there'd be a letdown from that. Chatfield, 14-point lead to open the game up, but Bear Creek has come back. Now lead by 3. They've got the football. It's on the Charger defense now. Bear Creek from their own 28-yard line. Madrid's got it. He's going to keep it himself, and he will be rolled over at about the 29. Poshaver is there. Coming up from his DB spot. Gator was around as well. Madrid, little read option, throw over the top. First down up to the 45-yard line. He found Murphy. He's sitting down in coverage. Well-designed option play, the read option, as Madrid kept it and then just stood straight up, and there was Murphy right in coverage. Gain of about 17 now, first down and 10. Madrid to Rowland. Rowland, who has gotten the bulk of the carries here in the second half, takes it to about the 50-yard line. Keene back in there. Gator's there. Eisenbast. Actually, that's Eisenbast with the tackle. And I do not see Dalton Keene out there. Yeah, that was Eisenbast actually on the tackle. 15, not 16. Third and 5 coming here. Johnson, Olabisi Johnson. Oh, he slipped down right about the 46-yard line trying to make a cut. Nobody even got to him. He slipped down. And a decision coming up here. On 3rd and 2 here, I would imagine Madrid will probably just keep it himself. You don't want to get too far outside of your realm. Boy, Johnson, if he could just put his foot in the ground there, he had big yardage coming up. Or you go to Rowland. Little counter play up to the 40-yard line. Oh, ball on the ground. Chargers think they've got it here. I don't see the referees, though, signaling anything except give me the ball. Yeah, they say that Rowland was down. Boy, and the running back now is going to limp off. You get a chance to see this one. Oh boy, that's close. Rolling got tackled down around his legs there, so that was big trouble. Whoop. Procedure penalty is going to stop everything. Well, I'm going to keep an eye. We got a chance to see it here just with the, love the way the stream works. A little bit of a delay coming back to us, so we can actually kind of get replays out of this and get a look at it. It's tough to see because his back was actually to us as he was being dragged down from behind. Yeah, he's on the bench there. Got that ankle up. Well, Madrid's all by himself in the backfield for the moment, and he's going to keep it himself. And he'll fall forward to about the 42-yard line. Chatfield's going to take a timeout here. Boy, the defense has done a nice job here tonight. Being called upon again. Tyler Wilson actually is the one who tripped up Madrid there. Just able to get through, but then he came up a little bit lame. A gain of 3. Madrid looked like he was going to be off to the races again right up the middle, but Wilson got his paws around him. 2:51 to go. Chargers have got to make a stop right here. This is the spot they've got to do. It's 2nd and 12. You don't want any more time to run off the clock. We'll reset it. 2:51 to go here in the game. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Bear Creek up 42-39. Beckham is with a 33-yard field goal, so you still will have a little ways to go to get down to within field goal position. But first, the defense got to get the ball back and try to slow down this guy. Nick Madrid falling forward to the 35-yard line. Madrid takes it down, they say about the 36, so he got 6 out of it. 3rd and about 5 here. Have to get it down inside the 30-yard line for a first down. So a 3rd and 5 coming here. 3rd and a long 5 at that. Bear Creek let the clock run down, and then they called timeout. So 2:11 left to go. They're not going to leave any time on the clock, certainly. Chatfield's Gridiron Club. I want to say thanks to you guys letting us come on board here and follow this crazy season that has begun for Chatfield. You can find them at chatfieldfootball.com. Follow them on Twitter at ChatfieldFTBall. By the way, if you want to have your games live streamed by Stream It Sports, you can contact us through email, info@streamitsports, all one word, streamitsports.com. Call 720-440-2747. Coming right down to the end. You know, for folks who follow Chatfield football, you're going to think you could just tune in at the end of the game and get it all figured out. That's what it's come down to 3 weeks in a row now. Don't do that. You miss a lot of stuff. Madrid, give it to Randolph. He's trying to get to the side, and the Chargers come through. No gain. Matt Gator right in the middle of that. Let's give the big guys some credit, though. Maurice Barley over there. And now a 4th down and 6 coming up. Well, you're kind of in no man's land. And again, pretty simple. You punt the ball, but you've got to guard against it being blocked. But if you can punt it and put them down inside the 20-yard line, it just makes them have to go a little bit farther here. And they'll have less than 2 minutes to do it if you are able to do it right. It's a lot to ask special teams in high school. They say it's a third of the game. You don't practice it as a third of the game, though. You just don't have that kind of time. In high school, in college, and even in the pros, although you'd be surprised as much time as I spent out at Broncos camp here this year, they do a lot of special teams. There's a lot of emphasis on it, but think about the situational stuff that you go through here. 4th down and 6 for Bear Creek. Sounds pretty simple. Let's just punt it away and punt it short, kind of a pooch punt. You don't want to return on it, but you want to make them have to go a little bit farther when they do get the ball back, and you don't want them to touch. You want a little bit more time to run off the clock. All right, put that in the head of a 17-year-old. That's what we're trying to do. We'll see. Instead, they line up. 4th and 6. Oh boy, they almost get somebody to jump too. How about that? Bear Creek's going to take it. It took them a little too long once the play clock started for them to get out there and get lined up. So you could only get about one real good hard count out to see if Chatfield would jump. And then you had to call timeout. Otherwise, it was back you up another 5 yards. So, oh, the strategy that's going on. Now, on the other side of things for Chatfield, you have to guard against, well, maybe they will go for it on 4th and 6. There's one thing. You wouldn't know why that they would go with a punt block, but at the same time, if you're going to sell out and bring the house to go for the block here, you got to be careful you don't rough the punter. For Chatfield, the smart play is to play for a return if they do come out and punt it. But again, how much time have you spent on your special teams? Maybe you have had some problems this week. Snaps going a little high or snaps short hopping back to the punter, and you say, you know what, we're just going to tuck it up and we're going to go. Going to make them stop us. We think we can get 6 yards here. It'll be fairly conservative. Long count, or maybe take the 5-yard penalty. Still down over it. Madrid up under center. Not bobbing the head at all. Long count here. Wants to put somebody in motion. And the flag. Chatfield very disciplined. They did not jump across. All right, so they tried it twice. .207 left to go here. By the way, through that whole ordeal, no time ran off the clock. That was coming out of 2 timeouts. Important snap here. Are they bringing the house? A pretty good push up the middle. Good high punt. And the ball will be pinned inside the 5-yard line. Odell signaled for the fair catch and ran up on it. Bear Creek didn't buy it, and well, you get 1 minute and 58 seconds. And for Chatfield, they're going to have to go 95 yards for a game-winning touchdown, or they're going to need to get the ball down inside the 15 to try a comfortable field goal. Well, here we go. Chargers from their own 5-yard line. Quick look, the throw, that's Odell with the catch up to the 15. Clock will stop. The chains are going to move, so the clock will stop. Winkler calling the play out as he stands right up under center. He's still got it. Going down the far side, caught there, out of bounds, the clock will stop. Olabisi Johnson on the coverage that time. Found Gilbert on the far side. Up to the 33-yard line. 18 yards on that throw. Aycock. Up the middle they go. You got to try to stay true to that you're going to be willing to run that football from time to time. A 3-yard pickup. The clock will stop here. The defender lost his helmet, so he's going to have to come off. Now they'll wind the clock. That's why the clock had stopped. Winkler's in shotgun now. Looking up over the middle, looking to get it all. Safety's up, picked it off. Trayvon Arnold timed it out perfectly from his safety spot. The senior sitting back there. And as Winkler went up top to, I believe, Odell down that far side, he made the break and got the interception. Chatfield still has one timeout left here. And that's it with 1:22 left to go. Bear Creek going into the victory formation here. They've got a safety. That's Randolph all the way back at the 15-yard line. Madrid, quick knee. Chatfield will call their final timeout here. A 1:19 left to go. This is where you've got to be a pretty good mathematician to figure this out. But it'll be 2nd down and 12 here. They can kneel down 2 more times. You're going to burn almost 70 seconds off essentially. You'll take the penalty and then you'll punt it away here. But if you pick up some positive yardage, again, it's not all about kneeling down. I think that's what Bear Creek coaches are probably discussing. You don't necessarily have to kneel down. Then your defense has got to be after it. One big turnover at the end. Trayvon Arnold picks it off. They're just going to kneel down on it here. 1:16, clock still rolling here. Third and 12, and now a flag will come out. Well, this will stop the clock. Well, and that'll be that. Don't have to do the math anymore. That's 15 yards. That's an automatic first down. No more timeouts left, and now the Bears can definitely kneel down. Well, for Bear Creek, they will go to 3-1. They will go to 1-1 in the league after losing to Columbine last week in double overtime. They bounce back and even things up, and for Chatfield, they'll go back to 1-1 in the league. Beating Lakewood last week. The loss here, 2-2 on the season, right back at 500. Real close. Games could have gone either way, of course. A tough way to finish it, and now they're going to take the penalty. They didn't get snapped in time, and you're going to back them up 5. Next week, Chatfield will take on Ralston Valley, and the Mustangs have been playing very well this year. Top-ranked team, certainly in the top 10. That'll be next Thursday. That'll be at the North Area Athletic Complex. That's the NAC out there in Golden. And it's a 7:30 start. We'll have that for you on Thursday from the NAC. And for the Chargers, they're going to have to strap it on next week against Ralston Valley. That'll do it. They don't have to snap the ball again. Well, big win for Bear Creek. 21 unanswered points, starting with the touchdown at the end of the first half. It put them in the lead, and they stayed in the lead. For Brett McGatlin and the Chatfield Chargers, another heartbreaker. The second in 3 weeks. Now they're 2-2 on the season, 1-1 in the league, and they've got a big test coming up against Ralston Valley. That'll be next Thursday again. We'll have it here for you on Stream It Sports. Thursday, 7:30 kickoff there at the NAC. Out there in Arvada, essentially. It's right there along the foothills for you. Oh, yeah. We tweet out final scores, but I'm going to be doing that most of the night. Don't forget, you can tweet to us, and you can tweet to me at Stream It Sports. As always, follow Stream It Sports, and we'll update you on how not only Chatfield is doing, but how the other games of the week that we have for you. Some of the updates and the finals on that one, and you can follow me as well. That's at Lopes News Sports, Lopes News Sports. You can tweet at me too, as I'm here for the games and some of the games of the week as well. You can find us at Facebook as well. It's facebook.com/StreamItSports, all one word. The final in this one here tonight. Wow, another barn burner, and it doesn't go the Chargers' way. 42-39, Bear Creek over Chatfield. Thanks to our sponsors again. And thanks to the Chatfield Gridiron Club for asking us to be a part of this. We'll talk to you next week from the NAC, as it will be Chatfield and Ralston Valley. Good night for now. From Jeffco Stadium, I'm Cory Lopez here on Stream It Sports.